Hello, dear students. Welcome to my YouTube channel eContent VB. Dear students, today we are going to discuss a new topic on Cost and Works Accounting Special Paper 3, and the topic name is Cost Accounting Record and Rules and Cost. So, dear students, when I say Cost Accounting Record and Rules and Cost Audit, the something comes to your mind. Sir, what do you mean by Cost Accounting Record? So basically, as per Rule 2E, the company's cost record and cost audit rules 2014, cost record means books of accounts relating to utilization of material, labor, and other items of cost as applicable to the production of goods or provision of services under the provision of section 148 of the Companies Act. So dear students, I hope you might be able to familiar with what do you mean by cost records. So cost records are nothing but they are the books of accounts which are related with the when you are using and utilizing your material, your labor and other items of production, whether for the purpose of manufacturing of goods or for the purpose of rendering of the services, and all these things are given in this section 148 of the Companies Act 2014. So I am just giving you the latest provision regarding what exactly do you mean by the cost accounting records. So basically the rules have been classified into the sectors or industries under the regulated and non-regulated sectors. The sectors or industries, they are covered under the table A of the rule, and they are regulated sectors or the industries, and covered under the table B, they are non-regulated sector or the industries. So dear students, what I am trying to say is, when I am saying cost accounting record and rule, so cost accounting record means as per the Companies Act, whatever the records section 148 rule 2e specifies, that is records which are related with the utilization of labor, material and other items of production and services, all these records means the cost accounting records. Now I think there is a question in your mind, sir, we understood what is the meaning of cost accounting record. Now the question is, who is liable to get cost record audited? It means to whom this cost accounting records has to be get audited. So dear students, every company which is specified in item A of rule 3, it shall get its cost record audited in accordance with these rules if overall annual turnover of company from all its products and services during the immediately preceding financial year is rupees 50 crore or more as the aggregate turnover of the individual. So what it says, it means every company whose annual turnover of the immediately preceding financial year is more than or equal to 50 crores or more, such company has to get its cost record audited from the certified cost auditor. I hope it has been cleared your concept. Now the question is, who is liable to maintain the cost record as per section 148 of the Act of 2013 or 14? See, for the purpose of subsection 1 of the section 148 of the Act, the class of companies including foreign company defined in clause 42 of the section 2 of the Act, the companies, whether Indian company or foreign company, who is engaged in production of goods or rendering services having an overall turnover from all its products and services rupees 35 crore or more during the immediately preceding financial year shall include cost record for such product or services in their books of account. So dear students, what this provision says, this provision of the section 148 says that any company, whether this is an Indian company or foreign company, whose whether this company is manufacturing of the goods or rendering the services, and if the company's overall sales from all its products and services, if it is more than 35 crores during the previous financial year, immediately previous financial year, then such company shall include cost record for their products and services in their books of accounts. It means any company, whether it's a domestic company or foreign company, those whose annual turnover goes beyond 35 crores, they have to maintain the cost accounting records of their products or services. Now the question comes, application for maintenance of cost record. It means where this rule is applicable. This rule is applicable to domestic or foreign companies. It doesn't matter which company is this one, whether the company has been established in India as a foreign company or Indian company or a domestic company, the cost accounting maintenance rule is applicable to the company. The company has to be listed in table of rule 3, whether the company is regulated and non-regulated. As I already spoke to you, regulated sector and non-regulated sector. The company has to be engaged in production of goods or services, and the overall turnover from all its products and services, it should be more than or equal to 35 crores in the preceding financial year. Then and then only the company has to keep the cost accounting record. Otherwise, there is no need to keep the cost accounting records. So please focus on this point, that with this provision, maintenance of cost record is applicable to only and only company those who are listed in table of rule 3. Whether the companies are regulated or non-regulated sector, they should be engaged in production of goods or providing the services, and the overall turnover from their production of the goods and services, it should be greater than or equal to 35 crores in the immediately preceding financial year. Such company has to maintain the cost accounting record. Now moving on to the next point, I am going to cover the companies who are engaged in production of the goods and services. Who are these companies? The companies are, category A companies are those companies which are engaged in strategic sector. Now I am giving you an example of which sectors are called as a strategic sector. For example, machinery, mechanical appliances used in defense, space, atomic energy sector. For example, nuclear reactors, fuel elements, non irradiated for nuclear reaction, machinery and steam or other vapor generation boilers, or you can say superheated water boilers, aircraft, spacecraft, their parts, ship, boat, floating structures, turbojet, then turbo propellers, arm, ammunition, propellant, or you can say propellant powder, prepared explosive, or which are like safety fuses, detonating fuses, radar apparatus, radio navigation, then you can say radio remote control apparatus, then you can say tank and other armed fighting vehicle, motorized, whether or not fitted with the weapons, and part of such vehicles that are funded or investment made in the company to the extent of 90% or more by the government or the government agencies. It means these sectors are called as an company, those who are engaged in the strategic sectors, which are mainly consist of all the companies those who are engaged in either manufacturing of machinery, aircraft, or army related defense equipments. All these companies are covered under the strategic sectors. There are big category of companies, those these are the companies those who are engaged in industry regulated by sectoral regulator or Ministry of Defense or a central government department. So these are the industries those who are consist of like port services, or you can say hauling, mooring, remoring, hooking, measuring, loading and unloading services which are rendered by a port in relation to a vessel or goods regulated by the tariff authority for major ports under section 111 of the Major Port Trust Act of 1963. Then Aeronautical services like air traffic management, aircraft operation, ground safety services, ground handling, cargo facilities, supplying fuel, rendered by the airport, regulated by the Airport Economic Regulatory Authority like AERA, Aeronautical, under the Airport Economic Regulatory Authority of India Act of 2008. Then telecommunication services who made available to the user by means of any transmission or reception of signs, signal, writing, images or sound, or intelligence of any nature other than broadcasting services. Then generation, transmission, distribution and supply of electricity regulated by the Central Electricity Regulatory Commission under the Electricity Act of 2003, and other than for captive generation as defined under the electricity rules. So roads and other infrastructural projects that are recipient of the concession. Then active pharmaceutical ingredients or bulk drug or the formulations, fertilizer, then you can say sugar and industrial alcohol, petroleum products under the administered price mechanism like diesel, PDS, kerosene, domestic LPG, cooking gas or subsidized. These are the companies who are engaged in industry regulation, or they are the sectoral regulator, or the companies which are administered under the Ministry of Department of central government. And there are certain other companies which are applicable or which can come under the preview of cost record rules, that is railway, then tramway, locomotive, rolling stock, railway or tramway fixing and fitting, like mechanical traffic signaling equipments of all kinds, mineral products, ores, mineral fuel, mineral oil, base metals, inorganic chemical, organic or inorganic compounds of precious material, then aircraft, spacecraft that are funded or investment in the company to the extent of 90% or more by the government or the government agency, vehicles or aircraft vessels and associated transport equipment that are funded to the extent of 90% or more by the government agencies, jute or jute product, edible oil, like construction industry, provision of healthcare services including checkup, preventive services, diagnostic services, diseases management, patient care services, including all the corporate hospitals. It means companies those who are engaged in the production of the goods or services of these type of whatever I mentioned in the this particular explanation. All these companies are coming under the preview of maintenance of cost audit or cost accounting record. Now the question is, who is liable to get the cost record audited and maintained as per the rule 3 of the section 148? I have already explained to you, but still for more clarification, I am going to explain you further more provisions of the section 143's rule 3's provisions. Like every company which is being specified in item A of rule 3 shall get its cost record audited in accordance with the rules if the annual overall turnover of the company from all its products and services during the immediately preceding financial year is rupees 50 crores or more, and the aggregate turnover of the individual product or services for which cost records are required to be maintained under the rule 3 is rupees 25 crores or more. It means what? ज्या कंपनीला आपण वरती जे काही रूल 3 मध्ये स्पेसिफिकेशन दिलेलं आहे, तर त्या कंपनीला कॉस्ट रेकॉर्डचं ऑडिट करून घेणं गरजेचं आहे, जिथे कंपनीचा ओव्हरऑल सेल्स हा कंपनीच्या सर्व प्रकारच्या प्रोडक्ट्स आणि सर्व्हिसेसपासून गेल्या वर्षामध्ये 50 कोटी रुपये किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त जर असेल, किंवा कंपनीच्या एखाद्या इंडिव्हिज्युअल प्रोडक्ट किंवा सर्व्हिसेसचा टर्नओव्हर हा 25 करोडपेक्षा जास्त असेल, तर अशा कंपनीला कॉस्ट रेकॉर्ड ठेवून त्याचं ऑडिट करणं गरजेचं आहे. Second thing is, every company which is specified in B of rule 3 shall get its cost record audited in accordance with the rules if the overall annual turnover of the company from all its products and services during the immediately preceding financial year is rupees 100 crore or more, and the aggregate turnover of the individual product or services for which cost record are required to be maintained under the rule 3 is rupees 25 crores or more. आपण ज्या बी कॅटेगरीमधल्या ज्या कंपन्या बघितल्या की ज्या कंपन्या मोस्टली गव्हर्नमेंट ओन कंपन्या होत्या, तर ह्या कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट रेकॉर्डचं ऑडिट करून घेणं गरजेचं आहे. जिथे त्या कंपन्यांचा ओव्हरऑल टर्नओव्हर हा 100 कोटी किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त जर असेल तर अशा कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट रेकॉर्डचं ऑडिट करून घेणं गरजेचं आहे. तसंच जर ह्या कंपन्यांचं एखादी वस्तू किंवा एखाद्या सर्व्हिसेसचा जर ॲन्युअल टर्नओव्हर हा 25 करोडपेक्षा जर जास्त असेल तर मात्र त्या कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट रेकॉर्डचं ऑडिट करून घेणं गरजेचं आहे. आता याच्यामध्ये कोणत्या अशा कंपन्या आहेत की ज्या कंपन्यांना हे रूल्स लागू होत नाहीत? इट मीन्स द कंपनीज विच आर नॉट लायबल टू गेट हिज रेकॉर्ड ऑडिटेड ॲज पर रूल 4 ऑफ दिस ॲक्ट. म्हणजे अशा पण काही कंपन्या आहेत की ज्या कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट रेकॉर्डचं ऑडिट करून घेणं गरजेचं नाही. तर अशा कोणत्या कंपन्या आहेत? तर अशा कंपन्या आहेत की whose revenue from export in foreign exchange exceed 75% of its total revenue. ज्या कंपन्यांचं उत्पन्न हे फॉरेन एक्सचेंजमध्ये 75% म्हणजे त्यांचा जेवढं टोटल टर्नओव्हर असेल त्या टर्नओव्हरमध्ये जर 75% जास्त टर्नओव्हर हा जर त्या कंपन्यांना फॉरेन एक्सचेंजच्या माध्यमातून त्यांनी कमवले असेल तर अशा कंपन्यांना मात्र कॉस्ट रेकॉर्डचं ऑडिट करणं गरजेचं नाही. दुसऱ्या क्रमांकावरती आहे विच इज ऑपरेटिंग फ्रॉम अ स्पेशल इकॉनॉमिक झोन. ज्या कंपन्या स्पेशल इकॉनॉमिक झोनमध्ये काम करतात अशा कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट ऑडिट करून घेणं गरजेचं नाही. And number 3 is which is engaged in generation of electricity for captive consumption through captive generation plant. For this purpose, the term captive generation plant shall have same meaning as assigned in Rule 3 of the Electricity Rule of 2005. Even for regulated sectors like telecommunication, electricity, petroleum, gas, drugs, pharma, fertilizer, sugar cost audit requirement has been made subject to a turnover based threshold of rupees 50 crore for all its products and services, rupees 25 crore for all individual products and services. For non-regulated sector, the threshold limit is rupees 100 crores and rupees 35 crores respectively. आता तिसऱ्या नंबरवरती कुठल्या कंपन्या आहेत? तर यामध्ये अशा कंपन्या आहेत की ज्या कंपन्या इलेक्ट्रिसिटीचं उत्पादन करतात, ज्याच्यामध्ये कॅप्टिव्ह कन्झम्पशन असं जनरेशन प्लांट असं त्यांना टायटल असेल. तर अशा पर्पजसाठी जरी ते रेग्युलेटेड सेक्टर्स असले, उदाहरणार्थ टेलिकम्युनिकेशन असेल, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी असेल किंवा त्या ठिकाणी पेट्रोल असेल, गॅस असेल किंवा ड्रग्स आणि फार्मा कंपनी असेल, फर्टिलायझर कंपनी असेल, शुगर कंपनी असेल, तर अशा कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट ऑडिटची ही रिक्वायरमेंट दिलेलीच आहे. म्हणजे जर त्यांचा टर्नओव्हर जर का थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिट जे म्हणजे काय की 50 जर त्यांचा टोटल ॲन्युअल टर्नओव्हर सगळ्या प्रकारच्या वस्तू आणि सेवांपासून 50 कोटी किंवा त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त असेल, म्हणजे रेग्युलेटेड कंपनीमध्ये जर ते येत असतील किंवा एखाद्या प्रोडक्टचा त्यांचा टर्नओव्हर 25 कोटीपेक्षा जास्त येत असेल किंवा ज्या नॉन रेग्युलेटेड सेक्टर्स आपण जे डिस्कस केले त्याच्यामध्ये नॉन रेग्युलेटेड सेक्टर्समध्ये जर त्या सेक्टरचा किंवा त्या कंपनीच्या सर्व प्रोडक्ट्स आणि सर्व्हिसेसचा टर्नओव्हर हा 100 कोटीपेक्षा जास्त आणि इंडिव्हिज्युअल प्रोडक्टचा टर्नओव्हर जर 35 कोटीपेक्षा जास्त असेल तर अशा कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट ऑडिट हे करावंच लागेल. परंतु जर त्या कंपन्या ह्या थ्रेशोल्ड लिमिटमध्ये येत नसतील तर अशा कंपन्यांना कॉस्ट ऑडिटचं रेकॉर्ड करणं कंपल्सरी किंवा बंधनकारक नाही. So dear students, I hope you might be able to understood the concept of cost audit record and who is liable to make the or who is liable to record the cost audit record and which are the different companies or what are the different segments who are liable to maintain the cost audit record and they should get audited from them, and also what are the financial monetary limits for their turnover to get it audited, and what are the different sorts of industrial sectors, those who are exempt from maintaining the or those who are exempt from getting their cost record audited from the cost auditor. Thank you for watching my video. Stay tuned with me and please like and subscribe my YouTube channel eContent BB. Thank you for your patience listening. Thank you.